Hi, this is Shade Foray with TaxSaleSupport.com. I'm here with Steven Swenson, and this is one of our Property Deals of the Week videos. And today we're going to be doing a post-sale review for one of the sales that has just taken place in Utah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, before we get started, we noticed that only 15% of the people watching are subscribed. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. We're going to have a lot of new videos coming out over the next little bit that you'll want to check out.
Yeah. Every time we put one out, you'll know. So the Utah tax sale is what we're going to be focusing on, one of the sales that happened in Utah. Utah is a tax deed state, and what that means is that the county will foreclose on property after a redemption period has expired. In Utah, that's 5 years. So after 5 years of delinquent property taxes, the county will eventually foreclose on the property.
Yeah, now that foreclosure is going to be handled by the auditor. Could be the clerk as well. Sometimes they'll have the same job in smaller counties. But the opening bid is going to start at the delinquent taxes, penalties, and fees. And they're going to use a premium bid method, which means that they bid up the price of the property starting at that opening bid amount.
Yeah, they also hold all of their sales in the month of May. And so it is a busy time. However, now we are starting to see some of the sales go online versus in the past where they've all been live auctions.
Yeah, well, and it's a competitive market here. There's not really a lot of over-the-counter properties. Most of the properties will sell at auction. Now, this is really the first time that we've seen multiple counties from Utah do their auctions online. And so today we're going to actually view Utah County, which is actually where me and Shade live.
Yeah. This is our home location, and this was a sale that was conducted May 20th to 24th through Bid for Assets.
Yeah, in fact, the very first tax sale that we ever attended, me and Shade, was a Utah County sale. In fact, attended the first one back in 1999. Now, as far as this property, this was a property that was offered in a place called Payson. It had an opening bid of around $6,000, $6,600, but it ended up selling for $121,000.
Yeah.
Now we can see it's a single-family home. It gives us kind of a map view, but definitely an older home.
Yeah, we can see the value on the home. One of the things about the area is that real estate prices have just been going up ridiculously fast in this location. So yeah, they listed the selling price of what it sold for $121,000.
Yeah, turn that back real quick. I just want to point out one quick thing. You can see that there's a lady sitting in next to the home, and this photo was taken a couple of years ago, so at least we know a couple of years ago it was still being able to be lived in. And I found it interesting that they had this photo down here at the bottom from 1959.
Wow.
In the assessor records, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, you can see it was a fairly new home back then, it looks like.
Yeah,
that's interesting. The assessed value on the property for 2020 was up to $173. Probably be up again this year by quite a bit. But the Zillow assessed value on the property is $317.
Yeah. Now we can see one thing that was kind of a little bit alarming to me is we can see that 30-day change.
Yeah.
Of 8%, $23,000. So based on the condition of this property, and we'd have to go look at it a little bit more, I actually dropped the estimated value closer to $250.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
Because we are looking at a tax sale property, and we're also seeing this huge jump in price, which can include the land, but this property is also going to need a lot of rehab as well.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. And yeah, with that, with that any invested into it, you could get it up to that full value.
But what is interesting is there's still room in this property for profit.
This one. Yeah, in fact, this sale did turn out certainly more profitable opportunity than a lot of others.
Yeah. This is property number 2. This was a 3.2 acre parcel of vacant land. Believed it opened up at $16,000 and sold for $40,000.
Yeah, which you can see it here. It's located in a good location here for commercial access, and also rather by a main freeway.
Yeah, exactly. This is located right off in an area called Springville, off one of the exits. And we can see that there is, right next to the property, we have a Maverick. It's a kind of gas station. And then next to that is the state liquor store. So it does look like, it may be not full swampland, but there may be areas, but I think it's a property where we would look into it a little bit more before spending $44,000 on it. But I think it's possible where you could fill that in, and there's still plenty of usable land.
Yeah. In fact, looking at it here, what's interesting, I wonder why the value change.
Yeah, that was something I kind of found interesting as well. I don't know if it's just because the property taxes weren't getting paid, and they kind of jumped it up one year and then thought, oh, well, let's lower it down. Maybe they'll get them paid. Or if there's something more into it. And that's probably why I would look into this property a lot more. But you're still looking at, a property, what was the $40,000? Was that right? And it ended up, having, even if it was only worth $127,000, there's still a lot of potential profit in that deal, where if it can be used like we think it could, it could be worth a lot more than $127,000.
Yeah, that was another good purchase.
This was kind of an interesting one, where it is a building lot up in an area called Provo. Really kind of up, kind of by the Seven Peaks area a little bit. What did it end up selling for? Yeah, I just have them on this one thing. So it ended up selling for $105,000. Now we see that the market value was only $93,000. But when I was trying to find comparable lots in the area, really they were over $200,000. So I think it would have to do more research. I didn't spend a ton of time, but I think that it would probably.
Yeah. Even though it seems like a crazy price, for a small lot, chances are it'll still be a good profit.
Yeah, and there's not a ton of lots within that area, and so if it, I think it could be worth $200,000 to $250,000.
Yeah.
Now, this property, I don't even know if usable or not, but, I thought we'd just kind of go over it quickly. It's quarter of an acre. We can see it's kind of a thinner strip. But it was interesting to me that it started at, $1,100 and ended up bidding to $12,500. So that shows that there was at least a few people interested in this particular property. Can it be used for building a home? I doubt it, but, I thought I'd add it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one that's interesting too. We can see here this property sold for $17,000.
Yes, it was up in an area called Pace, and you can see from the bottom photo the golf course right to the right of it. I really don't know what it can be used for. If it's camping, recreational, there's not a ton of property for sale in that area. I think it was worth around $40,000 or so, at least based off the assessed values.
Yeah, interesting. Well, this was just a few examples here of some of the properties that sold from the Utah County tax sale held through Bid for Assets this year. So it was a highly competitive sale, again, being online, but there were still some good deals that were purchased below market value.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and really, there wasn't a ton of property that actually ended up getting sold. We went over kind of the biggest properties that sold within the list. There was a bunch of junk land. There was some junk land that didn't sell. And, it was actually surprising. There was a couple pieces of junk land that did sell.
Yeah.
But if you like what we do, go ahead and check out our membership program. It's only $39 a month if you do month-to-month, $29 if you do a year up front. And that's going to give you access to all of our training, our weekly webinars that me and Shay do, and really, it's we think it's the best value.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe.
Yep, thanks again, everyone. Hit the like button.